Howdy, y'all. Hope everyone's doing good. Uh, we're working on Nick Pixel's 1010 tonight. Um, I don't know how to classify this one as to put in a series. This is just kind of a random video, so to speak, because tonight we're just doing a little bit of powder coating, simply because I'm waiting on parts. I forgot to order the wrist pin bearings for the piston. If you don't know what the wrist pin is, that's the pin that holds your piston onto your onto your arm. Jeez. Oh man. Yeah. It's been a long night. Been a long day. I didn't take a nap today, so and it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. Just got off the phone talking to Nick Pixel himself. Uh, Always a great chat. Love chatting with him. Uh, uh, he's a great friend. I love chatting with him. But anyway, we did get some parts in for his saw. Okay, I did get. I bought this as a kit. I thought this was the best way to go. Now, got all the seals in there. I don't need them all because I have some already here in stock. So I got all the seals. They even come with the gas cap seal and the oil cover seal, which is nice. And we got some crank seals and the piston rod. That's what I was trying to think of. And we also have a piston. Now, this piston's from Little Red Barn. I've used these in the past. They're not bad. They're a little different, but they're not bad. They're a good piston. But yeah, so we got the new piston. Needs it's a little on the rough side. So we're gonna have to take some sandpaper and knock down some sharp edges. It has a lot of sharp edges, and it has a shipping scratch. I guess it would be a shipping scratch, but it come with a little nasty scratch there toward the bottom of the skirt. But no big deal. That comes right out. I'm not concerned. It's not deep. It looks nasty. This is probably why I say it's nasty, but it's not nasty. You can't grab it with the fingernail, so we're good. So we have that with the rings. Here is the wrist pin I was talking about. So that goes in the center of the piston. Okay? And then there is bearings that get pressed in, and then with the wrist pin, so that sits right in the middle. Which I forgot to order those. Yep, my bad. Most of the time, most saws you don't have the pressed in bearings. Usually you just put the wrist pin. It goes through the rod, and then to the other side of the piston, and then you put circlips on each end of that wrist pin to hold it in. McCulloch does it a little different, so I can take it apart. I did manage to take everything down, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to pull the trigger. I'm ready to get some timing numbers. I'm ready to start grinding. I'm ready to start grinding on the cylinder, which I've kind of been looking over the cylinder a little bit, but we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so see here, that's the bearings. I like to replace those when I replace the piston. That's just me. You not don't have to do that all the time, but for me, I like to do that. They are a roll pin bearings, so most of the time you're okay reusing those. But me personally, I just like to replace them. That's just me. But anyway, back to the cylinder. I've been looking this over, and yeah, I could do some work to this. I'm already seeing the transfers. They have a little bit of an edge. I don't know if I can get that on here for y'all. Oh yeah. So you can see at the bottom of those transfers, which are those cavities going diagonal, down toward the bottom of the cylinder, right there, they have a pretty good sharp edge. And what I'm like to do is take those, bring those out, and kind of make more of a slope to them. I like to have a nice smooth transfer, so the air doesn't catch when it's going back up to the top of the cylinder, or vice versa, you know. But either way, I like to have a nice transition of the airflow. So when I'm doing my transfer work, even on the exhaust port here and the intake, I picture the airflow, the way it's going through the cylinder, right? So whatever's going to obstruct that airflow, I'm going to smooth out. And those transfers is the number one thing. Okay, that's all your air. That's your air fuel mixture coming right through there. Okay. Also, I've noticed this when I put the cylinder on. I was kind of looking at it, seeing where, kind of getting an idea where the piston comes in and stops, and where your intake opens and your exhaust opens and all that, you know. I was looking at this. I don't know if I get it on here. I might be able to get it. Okay, there you go. Alright. See the corner, bottom corner toward me. So, right here. You can see that little bit of a ledge, right? So the corner of this here, where it sloops around, they didn't finish the flashing when it was casted. So the flashing, there's tons of flashing right here. You kind of see it a little bit. You see that bumpy area there? Well, technically, when that intake opens, right, to let all your fuel air mixture in, it's technically opening over here before the rest of the intake opening, right? Because it has all that flashing there. And I'm like, wow, that just kind of blows my mind. They didn't finish it. It's like they did the top of it, but not the bottom. They never cleaned it up. So we're going to clean that up. We're just going to clean it up. Just take off that flashing. And then we're going to do our numbers from there. Because it's very inconsistent right there. You don't know where it's opening and closing. Where are you going to start at, right? So technically it opens right here in the corner. That's when when it starts going in, which is a little weird. And then in the exhaust, you see the exhaust? Alright, we have circles over here. But when we look on the inside, they're bigger. It's they're square. They're square openings. So we have an opportunity there to open that up and have much less restriction coming out. So, right off the bat, I see plenty of opportunities where we can get a little more power out of this saw. But anyway, I have a little project. As I was cleaning and doing this here and there, waiting on parts, I did do some powder coating. So I've been taking parts and I've been cleaning them up, blasting, and powder coating. So we got a couple things done, right? And then also we have this cover done. Okay, that's where your pull cord is. This here will be yellow, like the original. So the logo will be all yellow, be all original. Don't know if I want to powder coat that. Probably not. I'm probably not going to do it because it is so small. But I will be getting a yellow paint to match. Wow, this is vibrant yellow on here. It even looks shiny. That's probably the LEDs. This is actually a satin yellow, and it looks darker on the camera. It's really not that dark. It's actually the original color of McCulloch. Interesting. And this black here, see how it's got a little bit of texture, just like the original. It's a little finer texture, but I think it looks a little better. So, with those done, I also have 3 parts actually. Let me go grab the other one, but I have 2 down here. I have the bottom of the handle and the oil cover. Okay. Then I have another one that's over here. Now I kind of jumped the gun again on this one, simply because this is going to be 2-stage color. Now you can see not all of it is powder coated. I just powder coated. I just wanted this ring, and this ring done with the logo. Okay, the logo and the ring are black when they're original. So I will be taking a little bit of time, and I'm going to be taping off all this. So I'm going to cut all the way around all the seams and leaving the tape on just the logo, and then it will be powder coated yellow. The rest of it is be all solid yellow. And then once we powder it, we're going to carefully take the tape off of the emblem, stick it in the powder coater, and finish baking it. Now this was only baked for about 5 minutes, just enough to turn the powder into, a solid state. But that will be a little later because this is going to be take a little bit of time doing, and I'm starting to get kind of tired. Like I said, it's probably 3:30 now here in Michigan. So I've been up all day, so I'm tired. I'm starting to get tired, I should say. So we're just gonna do these. We're just gonna powder coat them yellow. I'm thinking we can move y'all over this way. How's that? Yeah, we'll angle you all down. Let's try zooming you in, huh? Yeah, kind of give you an idea, a little better idea of just the powder on. So I already have my gun set up. The aluminum piece has already been preheated, cooled down, so we won't have any more issues with being a porous metal. So all the contaminants are out. So we got our little trigger here. This electrifies everything. As most of you know, if you've been following along with the last build, with the home light, which I'm still waiting on parts for that so we can finish it up. So we're just going to push down our button and give it a light spray. Get a nice even coat. And yes, you see that powder blowing around everywhere. I have to turn off my fan that I have behind my wood stove. It's super cold here. Very chilly tonight, so I had the extra fan on there blowing the heat a little bit more across the garage. Yep, we're just gonna get a nice even coat. I don't have a lot of air pressure, so that's why you don't hear nothing hissing. We're going to turn these around to make sure we get everything coated. Even though that powder wraps around and still attaches to the electricity, through electricity to the part. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and get everything nice and coated. I think we're doing all right there. Check underneath. We might get a little bit underneath this bar here and this cover. And then this is going to bake for, oh, what did it say? About 10 minutes. Yep, this is it. This is all we do. Alright, that's done. Like to look over the part, you can. Make sure you got a nice even coat of powder on there. So. Alright, well, that's that. Ooh, I'll zoom out here. Oop, wrong way. So I wanted to try out my new mic. I got a new mic. As you see here, I got the Rode mic from Nick Pixel. Ordered off his Amazon site there. Apparently I need a different cable because I have one of the newer phones that are out. So, and they configure their phones, their systems a little differently than some. I do have a headphone jack in this phone, but it's not working with the mic. So I'm going to have to get the USB-C cable and do that. So I'm going to have to get another cable. And then hopefully we get some better audio in here. Even though it's not too bad, but I wanted to experiment. And it'll help with videos when I do stuff outside and in the summertime. Winter, I know I'm kind of confined to in here for the most part, but it happens. So, alright, I'm going to stick those in the oven for a few minutes, about 10 minutes or so. And I'll bring you back and we can look, see how they turned out. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We've been beeping. Spin you around a little bit. Okay. So, there's our oven. get these parts out. And we'll call it a night. Or early morning. Whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah. Alright, they look like they match. There we go. The cover here has got some scratch dings and all that, but just like the rest of the saw, I like to leave those in. They give a little bit of character. And a little bit of the history of what the saw you did back in the day, you know? So, keep it more original. Even though that we're giving it a new top coat there. So, yep, looks pretty good. And then I'll take my super fine pinstriping brush and we'll get the McCulloch letters in there black. I had to do that by paint though. But I'll use a nice good hard enamel paint. That way it'll last just as long as the rest of this. So, not too bad. Yep, I'm gonna go hang these up. Alright, so we're gonna let those cool. They don't take too long to cool down. Then those are two more parts that are done. Yeah, we only have, I wanted to powder coat the crankcase because I don't see an issue doing that. Not doing the cylinder. I'm going to paint it like they had there. And we have the top handle that needs to be done. Still need to take a lot of parts off of that too. A lot of roll pins that we need to push out. I can show y'all. So we have the top handle with the carb body or carb sits in and the fuel tank. So we have this yet to do, which I will not be powder coating inside the fuel tank. Even though the powder coating will withstand in there, but over time it will eventually become like this paint that's in here. You see a little bit right here. See how that's flaking off? Yeah, that's no good for a fuel tank. We don't want that in there. So, and then we're not powder coating. We're going to be taping off this section of the spacer that leads into the cylinder. So, not too bad. Just gotta take all this plastic hardware off, the trigger, the kill switch, choke plunger, and oil plunger, and rod. Which they're all kept in with little roll pins that are punched in. So we'll get that out. And of course we're going to tape up our nameplate, serial number, and model number. They even painted inside the hole here for where the intake. Yeah, really not a good idea. So all this is going to be blasted, cleaned up, and ready for powder coat. Once it all gets disassembled. So, not too bad. Alright folks, well, that's the end of that one. Like I said, I'm not sure how I'm going to classify this video. Maybe as just an update. update / powder coat. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But until we get parts for either the Pixel Mac or the Home Light, then we'll have some stuff to work with, and we can get some more videos on either of those projects and get them done. The Home Light's almost done. Really, really close, folks. Really close. I did finish this. I'll give you a brief sneak peek. That's it. That's all you're gonna see until the next video. That's it. No more. Alright, folks. Y'all have a good night, morning, evening, whatever it is, your part of the world. By the time you get to see this, if you see it. And I do appreciate everybody watching and all the new subscribers. I see some of you coming in. I see the numbers rising. I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. I greatly appreciate everyone here and enjoying what I do as much as I do. So, y'all take care. Be kind. Be safe. And please spread the love. I'll see y'all in the next one.